And we are sitting here with Mr. Dexter Tolbert here in Anniston, Calhoun County area, pre-game on a Friday night before we go out and enjoy some high school football. We've got some big local games at home tonight. We've got Anniston versus Villarica, Weaver versus Glencoe. I know Oxford and Sachs are on the road. Welborn
and
Ohatchee, okay, and Alexandria and Jacksonville. So we were going to run through just some quick tips and introduce Dexter to you for recruiting purposes if you don't know who he is already. He is a personal friend of mine that helped me through recruiting in high school with my own son personally. He was a huge help to me and really still is. So I'm going to let him take the floor and just introduce him to you. Again, this is Dexter Tolbert with DexPrep.
Hi everybody, I'm Dexter Tolbert from DexPrep. And what I usually do is just help kids with football recruiting. I've been doing this since maybe 2013, 2014. I usually help kids with camp invitations. I do a lot of them, send it to college coaches, talk to high school coaches on behalf of a lot of players, not just in this area, but really across the country. So that is pretty much what I do.
Yes, and that's awesome. I know for some of the guys at our school in the past years, he has been very helpful with additional video clips. If you check in with him, we've been to a couple of the camps.
Yeah.
Actually, I will say the first DexPrep camp that I took my son to during recruiting before COVID, we met John Garcia there with Sports Illustrated. There was also some other big-time guys there because it seems like after we went to that camp and he was out there within that competition realm, things just opened up for him after that point at that specific camp. Kind of talk about your camps. Is it something that you're going to continue doing in the future?
Yes, it is. Usually we have anywhere from 50 to 200 prospects at our camps. We've had All-Americans at our camps. We've had just regular kids at our camps that it helps with a lot of exposure. Some of the kids have been at our camp with K.B. Young, Henderson, and Reeves. He's a four-star.
Okay.
Kelvin Collins from Gardendale. He's committed to the University of Florida.
I remember Kelvin.
Yes. Rockwell from Hillsdale and Anniston. He's committed to Alabama. So we have a lot of good talent at our camps, and it helps a lot of kids, not only with exposure, but with technique and some of their skills.
Oh yes, absolutely. I know we enjoyed ours. Actually, on the sidelines of the DexPrep camp we attended, I was in a conversation with some college coaches. One specifically said that he spoke with Dexter more than he does a lot of the high school coaches. So because he knows that he's going to get an upfront, honest answer from him versus someone that may just be trying to market their kid that may or may not be. Because usually, in my opinion, I felt like that I could trust him to tell me whether, okay, he's either got it or he don't have it, or he might need to work more on this or on that. I believe you came in and made sure that you told me junior year, your son's not putting his best film up, best plays up front in the huddle video. So we'll just walk through just some quick recruiting tips for parents and student athletes that you may not know, because if you're like me, I didn't know. I was just winging it. We went through 3 different high school coaches, head coaches, when my son was in high school. We didn't have the resources to go out that had buses that took them out to camps and different things. So people basically that might be like me that don't know, and again, he was a huge help between Dexter and Streetlight Recruiting and Average Joe's. That was my go-to for everything. Anything that I had questions on, this was my go-to right here. So it's just amazing to see what he is still continuing to do for high school athletes. But what would you say would be #1 recruiting no-no?
I would say make sure that you take your athlete to the camps that match their skill level. There's nothing wrong, going to Alabama Auburn camp.
Yes.
But I mean, you go there understanding it's going to learn. But if you so like if you got a kid that's 16 years, and
Right.
he's going to like Alabama Auburn camp, he's not going to get an offer. And that's just my personal opinion.
Yes.
So just make sure the camp that they attend matches their skill level.
Right. Okay. And I could definitely see that. And then what would you say tip number 2 would be?
Grades.
Yes.
Grades and academics.
Yes.
You gotta have grades no matter how good you are. If you don't have the grades, you're not gonna go anywhere. I mean, you may go to JUCO, which is nothing
Right.
wrong. Nothing wrong
Exactly.
with JUCO.
Right.
Or you may end up going to a post prep, but you gotta have your grades. And you gotta have your ACT score, SAT score,
Yes.
and
Yes. That definitely was key components from personal experience. I would say start that ACT prep and get that ACT as soon as possible, and just keep taking it. So I don't even know if there's a cap on how many times you can take it.
I think it's like 6 months.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, get in them prep
Yeah.
classes with people that you know or that really know what they're doing, and get that test taken. Also, another big thing that a lot of people do not know, the clearinghouse, the
Yes,
NCAA
yes.
clearinghouse. They recommend that you do that at the beginning of junior year. Don't wait until the end or going into your senior year. The NCAA really requires
Right,
you
yes.
to do it where everything is in line and you don't run into any issues there toward the end.
They also have like the NCAA clearinghouse and NAIA clearinghouse.
Okay.
So that's where the schools like the Faulkners,
Uh-huh.
the Kentucky Christian, schools like that. So,
Right.
and one more thing, social media.
Yes.
That hurts a lot of kids. It can work for you, but it can also hurt you.
Work
So,
against you.
for parents, make sure you monitor your kids' social media, cursing, profanity, the grading of anybody, men, women, or anybody. That will make your kid lose interest in scholarships as fast as anything out there.
I could see that. I actually had one college coach tell me last year while we were on campus that they did have a high-level athlete that was coming in, and when they looked over his social media, it took one post and they basically shut it off and went on to the next, because at the end of the day, they're looking at thousands and thousands of athletes just like your son, and they have a whole pool to choose from. So, but the grades, if you don't have the grades, you're not going to be able to play. So that's number one. Social media, like he said, posting,
Yes.
Clearinghouse, ACT. There are so many things. Get to camps,
Yes.
like he
Yes.
said, based off your skill level. Because
Yes.
my son probably would not even be playing college football had I not taken him. Sophomore year, we just basically went on a camp tour. Sophomore going into junior year, and it's a good thing we did because we hit COVID, and then basically going into senior year, we couldn't get in front of them coaches that needed to see him, and his recruiting basically shut down. So those things are picking back up for you guys, where your coaches can come
Yes.
see you now.
Yes.
You can get to the camps. Again, like he said, choose the camp based off your skill level.
Yes.
Be realistic, but also you've got to work hard.
Yes.
Work hard. It's not just going to be given to you. So, got anything else? Any tips that you can think of that we might not be getting?
It's just work hard, grind, listen to your coaches, listen to your parents. I know this is like cliche, but make sure you get plenty of rest, right?
Yes.
All of that stuff matters.
Things that kids are not trying to hear.
Yeah.
So,
Listen to your parents and your coaches.
I got one thing to bring up is a lot of times scholarships are given not only to skilled players, but what I call assets in the locker room, assets off the field. I've actually had a recruiter tell me a story about a kid that he's recruiting. He's watching film, and it was a wide receiver. Didn't feel like he was getting the ball enough. Walked off the sideline, threw his helmet down. The guy turned it off, moved on to the next.
Yes, they look at all of that.
yes.
They look at if you take plays off. They look at
Yes.
okay, this how it really works. Okay, your photo highlight is more like it's almost like a resume, but it's a short resume. So once a college coach, they turn on your photo, they like what they see. Then they're gonna go to game film. That game film, they're gonna see how you play when you're winning. They're gonna see how you play when you're down on third. They're gonna see if you walk in on plays that you're not involved in. So college coaches look at all of that stuff. So that's why we tell the kids to go hard in every play because you never know who's watching.
Be a good teammate too.
Yes.
I mean, even if you're not in the game, you know they do also watch you on the sideline.
Yes.
They've got eyes. I can just tell you that. So they've got a way to find and see things that you don't think that they can see, including Snapchat. I'm going to say that because a lot of you think younger guys, younger generation think Snapchat it just disappears, but honey, it don't.
That's
So
right. Once it's out there, it's out
yes,
to stay. And,
yes.
and one more thing on social media, some colleges have hired people just for that purpose and look at prospects on social media. Because what they say, what you tweet is what you own. That's what a lot of people say.
So yeah, we will get back together and do a more in-depth look. We're out here again in Calhoun County. We're excited to be going to the Anniston and Villarica game together.
Yes.
Josh is headed over to Weaver and Glencoe, and then I think Reggie's out at Alexandria and Jacksonville tonight. So we're out in the Calhoun County tour, I guess is what we can call it.
Yes.
So catch some Friday night lights. But good luck tonight wherever you are. I hope you guys win. I know only one can win, the other one has to lose. So, but until next time, this is Average Dose.